Every year, Maranatha coordinates approximately 60 mission trips for more than 2,000 volunteers. The goal of each project is to fulfill a practical need in a local community, such as providing a structure or critical outreach. Each project also aims to create an experience that is transformative in the lives of everyone involved. When it comes to this goal, Maranatha has seen the biggest impact in the youngest volunteers. Ultimate Workout is a mission trip specially designed for teenagers in high school. You'd think the basic living conditions and the challenging work would be a deterrent for young people, but it is one of Maranatha's most popular projects. Since 1990, more than 3,800 volunteers have participated in this mission experience. The summer of 2018 was no different, as nearly 100 teens gathered in Entre Rios, Bolivia, ready to tackle several projects in the community. One of their major focus areas was the Entre Rios Adventist School. The school is well regarded but has outgrown their facilities, and their existing classrooms were in need of renovation. The teens worked to build new classrooms for the school, as well as helping to update the existing ones. Another group focused on helping the Rio Blanco congregation. Each week, 50 people meet in this church, but the structure was showing some exterior wear and tear. The teens attacked the project with gusto, cleaning and repainting the outside of the church, as well as constructing a retaining wall on the property. Outside of construction, finding other ways to make a difference in the community was a large part of the volunteers' work. Teens served in a variety of ways, including community cleanup and children's programs. The medical team traveled around the local community. This outreach also enabled the teens to work alongside medical professionals and gain invaluable experience. Yet the physical work is only one part of the experience. Perhaps more than any other Maranatha project, Ultimate Workout emphasizes spiritual growth in its volunteers. Adult leaders are carefully selected, and a program is prayerfully planned to nurture an atmosphere wholly focused on a closer walk with God. Pastor Brandon Westgate has served as the spiritual coordinator for Ultimate Workout for several years, leading the teenagers through morning and evening worships. This year, he used small group discussions to build trust among the volunteers. He encouraged them to share their stories with each other in the context of faith and with the goal of strengthening their relationship with God. The results were powerful.
It's nice to know that I'm not alone in those situations, and it's been really cool how we've been able to bond and relate to each other and help each other through it, and how we've been able to develop trust enough with each other in this short amount of time in order to tell each other things like this and trust the other person to not mock you, but to help you. The whole community idea has been overwhelming, honestly.
For Noah Wenberg, the worships didn't just grow his faith. It brought him back to God after a period of disbelief and disconnect.
When I was 12, I became atheist because of some stuff that happened in my family, and we lost my older brother. And I didn't feel that right, because everybody said God was a loving God and caring, and And so I got angry at him and I threw it against him, and I decided it would be easier not to believe in him at all. And I fell in a dark path in coming here, as I saw the community and the grace and the teens that came and the staff. And it reminded me, and God showed me that He's there and He cares. I felt like I was the only person that had that struggled, because everybody here is an Adventist and stuff. And it eye-opened, because when I got to know my team better, I learned that I wasn't the only one struggling with it, and I wasn't different, and there are people coming back to Christ just like I was.
This has got to be the easiest place to build relationship with people, because you have people who think like you, who believe like you, and even those who don't believe like you start to believe because of how close we got. I feel like now like I'm part of like a community, because there's people my age who felt the same way I did when I first got here, and like we've all formed like a connection. Like I feel like after this I'll know so many more Adventist young adults and young people, and we could only get stronger from here.
The whole group in general has been awesome with, sharing experiences, and it'll be wonderful to get together in heaven.
But not all of the teens arrive as willing participants. Last year, Josh Gale's first Ultimate Workout experience had a rocky start.
I flew down to Panama, and Dina was picking up the participants that day. She picked me up, and the first words I said to her was, "I don't want to be here, and my mom made me come here." And she looked at me and said, "Well, you have two options. You can make this the best 2 weeks of your life, or the worst 2 weeks of your life."
It wasn't long before Josh began making connections with other teens during work and worship. 10 days later, not only did he return home changed, but the positive experience brought him back the next year to serve in Bolivia. Like many of the teens, worship is still his favorite part of the project.
I am on cloud nine when I'm behind my instrument and everyone's singing their heart out, and like the Spirit moves with the music, and I feel that, and I just like I think I've almost teared up while playing. It's such a powerful experience being able to be behind Isaac and beside all my colleagues, making a joyful noise together. It's a great thing.
In Bolivia, by the close of the project, the volunteers were able to help with quite a bit of transformation in the local community. They successfully built a classroom, renovated a church, served 550 patients, and shared the love of Jesus all around. Yet the biggest change was within themselves. At the end of the project, 18 teens made the decision to commit or recommit their lives to Christ.
I think the part that's changed my life the most was like seeing God again in the small things, and I had the opportunity to get rebaptized.
I struggled with my relationship with Christ a good 8 months before I got here, and so my heart was almost a little hard, and throughout the week it softened, and I had this like mountaintop experience where eventually I was baptized this week, which was just an amazing decision and the best decision of my life. And so it's been incredible.
This is the power of missions. When we answer the call to grow faith and hope in each other and in ourselves, there is no limit to what God will provide.
I think that being able to serve and impact other people really helped me change my own life, and that's something I'll never forget.
Experience Ultimate Workout next year in Kenya. Go to maranatha.org to learn more. Next, we'll take a look at how the actual buildings Maranatha constructs are making an impact on young people in Angola.
For more than a decade, Maranatha Mission Stories has taken you around the world, showing you the need and challenging you to get involved. Now, we're introducing new ways for you to stay informed and inspired about the mission. Watch your favorite episode of Maranatha Mission Stories, as well as other Maranatha videos on your Apple TV. Visit the App Store, search for the Maranatha channel, and hit install. You'll have access to all of our latest video content, and you can watch anytime. Our videos are available on demand 24 hours a day. Our content can also be viewed on Roku and Amazon Fire TV. The Maranatha channel, bringing mission adventures to your living room. These women spend 560 minutes a day fetching water. Water is life. But your life shouldn't revolve around water. We're raising money for water wells. Make a donation. Give women the gift of time, health, family. Sponsor a well. Give water, give life.
According to the United Nations, the fertility rate in Angola is 5.7 births per woman. In rural areas, the number jumps to 8 children per woman. The result is a young population, with almost half of the country under the age of 14. As Angola emerges from 27 years of civil war, the country is looking to this younger generation to help rebuild the nation. A critical component of the recovery process is education. But many of the schools were destroyed during the conflict, and the country lacks the infrastructure and resources to rebuild. So many people are in need of a quality education. Where can they find hope for a better future? With the help of Maranatha Volunteers International, the Seventh-day Adventist Church is slowly rebuilding its educational system, providing an alternative for families who are seeking more than what is currently offered in government schools. Recently, we returned to Angola to see how the buildings constructed by Maranatha are affecting the local communities. Luanda, Angola's capital, has many of the trappings of a cutting-edge metropolis. The city is experiencing a renaissance as the discovery of oil and diamonds has brought an influx of money into the country. But much of the progress is isolated to a select few. The landscape changes as you enter the many neighborhoods that extend beyond the city skyline. Pavement turns to dirt, and time slows. The neighborhood of Alegria is west of the city. In Portuguese, the language spoken in Angola, alegria means happiness. And in spite of the many challenges people face, happiness can be found, especially on the faces of the children like Amelia. She moved to the area 4 years ago when she was 12 years old.
Amélia é filha do meu irmão menor. Ela nasceu no município da Samba. Ela vivia com a mãe e os pais. Mais tarde, os pais separaram-se. A mãe procurou uma nova relação porque o pai não deixava do vício do álcool.
The unstable circumstances of Amelia's home life left her struggling. One day, she ended up on her aunt's doorstep, distraught.
Encontrei a menina, tá a lagrimar. Por que está a lagrimar? Disse, não, essa é a tua Chara, também como não conhecia, saiu aqui de pequena. Pronto, eu abracei ela e ela a lagrimar. Eu disse, não chora mais, já cheguei.
Her aunt, a Seventh-day Adventist, invited Amelia to live with her and immediately found a way to place her in the Alegria Adventist School, located a few blocks from their home. The Alegria School started in a pastor's yard and later moved into the Alegria Church. Little by little, members managed to build 5 classrooms. At the new school, Amelia was learning many things. Yet the conditions of the old buildings left much to be desired.
Fazia muito calor para a gente e a gente não aguentava. Por vezes nós saíamos fora e estudávamos aqui fora mesmo para não sentir muito calor.
And like many in Angola, Amelia's family could barely afford to keep her in a private school.
A maior tendência é que os pais matriculem os seus filhos nas escolas públicas. Primeira razão, porque não se paga nada, não tem uma propina mensal. A segunda razão é que muitas delas, em termos de estruturas, se encontram em melhores condições do que as privadas. Porém, quando os pais optam pelas escolas privadas de qualidade, são aquelas em que o preço da propina é bastante exorbitante e que o pai não tem possibilidade para pagar esta propina. Dali, a opção do pai é colocar o filho numa escola pública onde ele não paga nada.
The Alegria School charges between $5 and $10 per month per student. Even this is a struggle, as about half of the population lives below the poverty line, earning around $3 a day.
The life conditions of people around or in this community is not that so good. Because of the social problems, we have this kind of problems also within the church setting. And the people here, they are not that rich, and we really face a lot of difficulties here. And these difficulties, they are brought also within the church because the church are made up of people who made up the society. So we don't have that much here in the church, and we try to do with what we have.
Mas ainda além disso temos alunos que estudam por conta da igreja, tem alunos que estudam por conta de professores, temos alunos que estudam por pedido, pai às vezes é falecido, vive sem pai, vive sem mãe, então eles vêm para cá e pedem uma vaga para esse menino e nós aceitamos, demos vaga para esse menino e eles estudam aqui de graça normalmente, sem pagar nenhum custão.
Despite the poor infrastructure of the school and the financial sacrifice required of parents, the quality Christian education had the school operating above capacity. But expansion was out of the realm of possibility. The school struggled to build the existing classrooms and had no additional funding. When Maranatha began working in Angola in 2013, new classrooms for the Alegria School were a priority. In May 2017, Maranatha crews began pouring floors and assembling frames for 12 one-day school classrooms at Alegria. Today, Amelia and her fellow students are learning in bright, new classrooms. Alegria is just one of the places where Maranatha is promoting change. For years to come, hundreds of churches, classrooms, and a large education and evangelism center will change not only the landscape, but the lives of thousands of people in Angola.
Se a gente tiver qualidade na área de docência e tivermos qualidade na área de estrutura, poderemos atrair muitos alunos para nossas escolas e aí realmente teremos a tendência de passar aquilo que é o Evangelho Adventista para aqueles que não o são. Disso tenho certeza que a gente vai conseguir atingir.
This mission is already being fulfilled at Alegria. Amelia's journey is evidence of how a Christ-centered education can change a life in more ways than one.
Esses 4 anos eu fiquei a gostar porque eles tinham uma disciplina que é da educação religiosa e ele me ensinou muitas coisas e eu fiquei mais próximo de Cristo.
E assim continuamos, mais tarde se meteu no grupo dos aventureiros, dos bravadores e frequentou a classe batismal e ela foi batizada, graças a Deus.
Toda a escola ficou muito alegre por a decisão dela de ser batizada. E no dia do batismo convidamos os seus colegas, os adventistas, não adventistas, todo mundo estava lá para assistir o batismo da Amélia. E foi um dia muito cheio, que a igreja ficou totalmente cheia por meninos e meninas dessa escola. E muitos ainda prometem tomar o mesmo passo. Essa é uma questão de tempo.
When Amelia decided to come to Luanda and find her family, she was just looking for a better life. What God had in store for her was much more. She found hope.
Eu aprendi que nós devemos nos entregar bem de coração a Jesus, e se nós nos entregar bem, Jesus, tudo o que nós pedimos em seu nome, Ele nos dará.
Graças a Deus, ela veio aqui, então encontramos uma escola adventista, lhe ensinou no caminho que se deve andar, e hoje uma mulher formada.
Now Amelia wants to become a teacher and lead other children to Christ.
Sim, é muito importante mesmo, porque tem muita gente que precisa saber o que eu aprendi.
Eu gostaria de vê-la, ela uma mulher fervorosa, mais na fé, dedicada na palavra de Deus e transmitindo também a mensagem àqueles que não conhecem.
Maranatha donors and volunteers will forever have a place in the heart of the people in Angola. Now, their desire is that other parts of the world may also be blessed by the construction of structures where the gospel can be taught and shared with young people like Amelia.
É sem igual, é uma grande iniciativa, é uma mola impulsionadora que a partir dela, pelo número de salas que tem, vai facilitar com que financeiramente as escolas progridam e consigam se erguer o mais rápido possível e conseguirmos dar salas dignas.
Que não façam só aqui, que continuem mais vezes em outros lados onde vão passando, porque com esse exemplo ganhamos mais almas para Cristo.
Eu diria assim para eles, que possam continuar a construir uma escola, porque há tanta gente nesse mundo que além só de estudar nessa escola, eles vão aprender uma coisa que é tão maravilhosa, que é estar perto de Cristo.
If you've got a moment in January, join Maranatha on a mission trip to Brazil. From January 24 to February 3, we'll need volunteers to help us build the Parque Paulista Church, just outside of Sao Paulo. This group has 50 members, but they've been meeting in a small storefront. They're running out of room, and the congregation is in need of a new church. Your help will go a long way in helping them get closer to this goal. Then, from May 13 to 28, we're looking for volunteers to help with a renovation project at Glacier View Ranch near Boulder, Colorado, USA. The Retreat Center has asked for assistance with light construction and painting on a walkway from the lodge to the cafeteria. Come take in the glory of the Rocky Mountains while sharing your time with a good cause. As with all projects in North America, your food and lodging is provided with your registration. All you have to do is pay for travel expenses to the site. To learn more about these projects, visit our website.
Bolivia. Located in the heart of South America, is a captivating country brimming with breathtaking landscapes, colorful culture, and welcoming people. Here, everyone is a missionary, inviting neighbors to church and creating community for people to belong. Their primary challenge? Churches. There are not enough churches in Bolivia, and people are meeting in broken buildings, people's homes, and dusty sheds. Starting in 2018, we'll be taking the mission of Maranatha to every part of Bolivia. Join the movement, make a donation, or volunteer on an upcoming project.
Maranatha mission trips make a broad impact on everyone involved. From the volunteer taking the leap of faith, to the recipient of a brand new building, to the donor who makes it all possible, change overflows and blesses many lives. For the young people affected by missions, the impact occurs at a pivotal time. A revelation of faith or a solid education can alter the course of their lives in significant ways. For Michaela, Noah, and others, Ultimate Workout revealed the courage, strength, and grace found in community. For Amelia, a classroom created a second chance at life. For all, the missions experience leaves them changed.